श्री गुरु यतीन्द्र राघवेंद्राय परम पूज्य अवतार अवधूत जगद्गुरु श्री दत्त गणपति सच्चिदानंद श्री राम कृष्ण परमहंस महाराज शारदा माताये रमन महर्षि महाअवतार बाबाजी महाराज लाहिरी महाशय युक्तेश्वर गिरि योगानंद गौरंग निताई चैतन्य महाप्रभु त्रैलिंग महाराज भेट नारायण सदाशिव ब्रह्मेंद्र महाराज नीम करोली बाबा महाराज आदि गुरु शंकराचार्य चंद्रशेखर सरस्वती महाराज नागजट जयलक्ष्मी माता जिल्लेलमुड़ी माता आनंदमाई अनघा समेत गुरुदत्त महाराज महाअवतार बाबाजी महाराज लाहिरी महाशय युक्तेश्वर गिरि योगदानंद तारा माता की जय हो जय हो जिल्लेलमुड़ी माता की आनंदमाई माता की तारा माता की जय हो जय हो श्रीपादराजं शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीपादराजं शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीपादराजं शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीपादराजं शरणं प्रपद्ये Dear all divine associates and disciples of Samasta Guru Mandali, His Holiness Paramapuja Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja and Avatar Paramahansa Jagadguru Shri 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 Yogananda Maharaja, blessed Jayana Maguna Sankirtana to continue Satsanga today also. As a part of Bhakti Kriya Yoga, we are relearning the autobiography of a yogi. So, Yogda Maharaja is blessing us to continue relearning process of or by the chapter A Perfumed Saint Displays His Wonders. So, Yogda Maharaja is instructing us to relearn from fifth chapter of Autobiography of a Yogi, wherein which yesterday the Satsanga has been blessed to understand. You speak with conviction, sir. I have long exercised an honest introspection, the exquisitely painful approach to wisdom. So Yogda Maharaja was talking to a tall sage, a rishi, and he could figure it out with garb or without garb by his dress, the code of conduct and dress code. Immediately, Yogda Maharaja thought that he is a divine ambassador, which were or which have been sent by Kali Mata. So, Yogda Maharaja also been telling that every situation in life is almost like a Sphinx-like situation, where because of duality, lot of riddles and puzzles which an ordinary brain cannot solve those puzzles until the blessings of Guru Mandali, the blessings of God, blessings of Lord, blessings of Guru are bestowed on us. So the satsanga continues like this. You speak with conviction, sir. I have long exercised an honest introspection, the exquisitely painful approach to wisdom. Self-scrutiny, relentless observance of one's thoughts is a stark and shattering experience. So Yogda Maharaja says that it is not that easy to have a self-introspection, because there is also one spiritual parable where we can relearn. It is not that easy because understanding one's erupting, this is the right word we should use in Jayanama Guna Sankirtana. Devotees who are listening now and who would be listening in coming days, erupting of thoughts. We also relearned that how thoughts should be controlled because of samskaras. That means the impressions that we carry life to life will direct our habits, will direct our action. That is the reason we should not keep on thinking. So Yogda Maharaja says it's stark and shattering because you are playing with your own ego. We are playing with our own ego. So there is a small spiritual story which talks about how really the self scrutiny and being honest to our own thoughts is important. So there was one a spiritual seeker, rather, after as a worldly person, he turned himself or he converted, rather. We would say he has been blessed to become a spiritual seeker. So the story talks about a cracked mirror. So for years, his name is Robert. Of course, he's from America. His name is Robert, and he known to be as a smart consultant. So across city, many people know him. That is a very smart consultant, and he could fix anything like companies, logistics, or operations, and diagnose the structures or structural failures and spot the flaws a mile away or from a mile away. So he was successful, wealthy, very rich man. So he got a lot of reputation. He's very famous in that city. People are noticing him because of his consulting power, his reasoning ability, because he could figure it out, spot a flaw from a mile away. But most interestingly, this person named as Robert. So Robert, every time he used to blame everyone else because by looking himself that he is a known person, he got a lot of fame, he has a reasoning ability, he has that intellectual capacity to spot and figure out the flaws from a mile away. Just imagine. So unknowingly, the ego was rising. However, he was once what happened, it cannot be because in ordinary life or in spiritual life, anyway, if ego pulverizes, we'll be alone. It is good actually in spiritual life to be alone and isolated, but with not the ego state. So he has become miserable. He was feeling that idle. No one was respecting him, and his relationships have failed to the core. So his friendships drifted. He blamed everyone else. That is the only one reason. So there was no trust was built between the co-employees and Mr. Robert at one point of view. And second, he always had a very, very, very bad trait, criticism. So on the face, he used to say to his workers, laborers, and co-employees the lack of worth in working, the style of working, and that has been resulting in emotional instability and morale was very much down. So it was almost a chaotic nature or a chaotic nature of a modern life like that. So he isolated himself, but he did not wanted to isolate, but perhaps the whole system has made him to isolate. However, to him, his thinking was the world was very messy, broken machine, and he was the only one competent mechanic or consultant, and no one is recognizing him. That kind of ego was pulverizing. So one evening, he thought, these are all things because we know that if we keep on thinking the same several times, it it will become it will result in a multiplier effect. So lot of thoughts. What happens? Will not get good sleep. More the thoughts, more the information, less the sleep. So he was unable to sleep due to this crushing sense of loneliness. Everyone left him. So Robert, he sat down very quietly and looking at the window, glass window. So suddenly when he turned his head, he saw a table there. On a table or on a it is best to say it as a table or a desk, studying desk, because he's a consultant. So there was on his desk there was a book which was being gifted years ago by his mother, long back. But however, he did not had time to read it. So of course he also never opened it. So suddenly, because he was feeling isolated and lonely, he flipped a page at random, just like that. So there was a famous saying where his mother highlighted that point. The point was, he who fixes the world is a fool. He who fixes himself is a sage. So Jayanamaguna Sankirtana is requesting our disciples, devotees, to write this. He who fixes the world is a fool. He who fixes himself is a sage. Look at that. So, one who fixes the world is a fool. One who fixes himself is a sage. So, uncomfortable, a strange quietness fell over the room. Robert closed his eyes and started thinking about it for first time in his life. Why I've been isolated? Why no one is respecting me? Because I'm very competent. I have every ability. I'm a known famous consultant. And for the first time in his life, he was very much annoyed. Almost it's painful to him. So he closed his eyes and started thinking. And then, for that time, he did not check his phone. He even did not think about spreadsheets, Excel sheets, and programming, and trying to do some reasoning work or intellectual capacity. Perhaps he did not plan a project. So very simply, he turned the legendary analytical mind completely inward. So he stopped thinking outward. He's thinking inward. And he began to exercise the honest introspection. It was instantly, however, exquisitely painful, as Paramahansa Yogda Maharaja says. And as he was looking inward, he tried to ask his mind, his own mind. So the illusion of the superiority began to crack. Why people are leaving me? Why is it so? He started thinking. So when he was turning, Shivana means that he turned inward. He understood that the illusion of the superiority began to crack. He saw that this constant criticism of others wasn't a standard thing. First, because conscience, his mindset, every time you keep on criticizing, have you ever understood that how much or to what intensity you are hurting others? However, it was a shield to hide his own deep fear of rejection, because he is going through exquisitely painful approach. So he was thinking that he saw that this anger was no or wasn't justified. It was a desperate need or uh, for controlling others, co-workers, and he also felt that utterly this is most important. But does it so? So mind is telling, is it so? Like that it is asking. However, so once again, his ego is shouting back. No, no, no. I'm a good consultant. I earned a lot of money. I am very famous personality in America or in the city where, for instance, for example, is living in New Jersey. So I'm very famous consultant. Everyone obey my orders. Like that. So one side mind is telling, is it right that you kept on criticizing others and you have hurted them to the core? In addition to that, their morale was down. No one started respecting you or stopped respecting you, and you have been isolated. One side mind is telling that. But the other side, that what exquisitely painful approach. His ego is not accepting. His ego is not accepting. However, he started thinking, just pictorial images have come before his face, like a cinematic approach. So he remembered the faces of people where he had hurt with his sharp tongue, the words which shouldn't be used in the workplace. Like that, he started thinking. So he felt the heavy weight of his own arrogance. So then mind is telling, "Oh, Mr. Robert, you are arrogant." One side, mind is telling you are arrogant. The other side, mind is telling, "I'm not arrogant. I'm trying to take out the work from them." Like that. See, ego playing a crucial role. Then, however, whatever the position we are in, heart thought is the same. It is the same, isn't it? So, every memory which has been surfacing before him, slowly heart has started melting because he was alone. He has become very shameful and he is isolated. So then he felt, okay, okay. And mind is trying to protect his ego. Not okay, because I am robot. I have to do this. Slowly, when he saw that book once again, where mother expired, Robert mother expired. After so many days, he opened this book and there was a highlighting text. Just imagine. His thought went to his mother. So mother was very, very generous, very compassionate woman with a tender heart. So immediately he was trying to figure it out. The memories with his mother and mother with the neighbors, mother in the office, and mother could earn so much of reputation with all these characteristics. So then slowly he was thinking and he sat agonizing fire for hours together. And one more thing, very interestingly, he did not distract himself. That is most important thing. And he also seen that he determined that I should not run back to the comfortable excuses. See, that we call it as determination. In spirituality, first, that determination is very, very important. No one will ask how honest you are, but God will see how honest we are. Every honest prayer will give results. So, slowly, mud was settling in the bottle of water. Mud was settling, thinking, and he expressed himself honestly that yes, this is not what I should be, like that. So he looked at his naked, flawed self without any filters. When the sun finally rose, casting a soft golden light through his study window, where the early evening he was looking at that window, the pain receded. So, in its place came a profound, crystal clear stillness. So, Robert looked out at the waking world and thought, yes, I shouldn't feel any time, or I should not admit any time that I'm superior than anyone. So he felt a deep, quiet humility. Robert realized that the world wasn't a broken machine or a broken mirror. He needed to fix it. It was a mirror reflecting his own internal chaos. So he had walked through the fire of self honesty, and though it had burned away his pride, it had left him with something he had never possessed before, true wisdom. So, Robert used his intellect not to judge others, but to dissect his own ego. This we call it as the exquisitely painful approach. So, Paramahamsa Jagadguru Yogda Maharaja says that self realization hurts deeply because the ego must die for wisdom to be born. It is not that easy. So, self honesty is a funeral for the ego. Yeah. Jayanamogana Sankirtana is requesting all our divine associates to write self honesty is a funeral for the ego. Please write self honesty is a funeral for the ego. What a great word used by Yogda Maharaja. So, human psychology naturally builds defenses like excuses, rationalizations, and blame. Why? To protect self image. So, human mind is very intellectual. It will try to, the human psychology. So, what we do is, we will try to build a defense shield or mechanism to protect ourselves from self or for self image. We'll try to defend through excuses, rationalizations, and blaming others. Every time, blame others. So recently, one of our devotee was asking that some video has cropped up. In that video, they have shown one very, very big saint. He is incarnation. That video was showing the very bad picture, which was not being proved. So they have started commenting and criticizing that incarnation. And so many people have watched it. So one devotee asked in WhatsApp to Shivana, Shivana, I think you also know this guru. People have started criticizing and commenting that there is a black shade. Then Shivana said, no, it is only to make something viral. They have done it. It is not true. It is not true. So then Shivana said, if you do not have news, you have to create news. That is the way the world is running. If you do not have news, you wanted to create news. Very bad. Second, if you wanted to have fame, you will not get fame just like that until Amma blesses. If someone wanted a fame, what they will do? They will figure out a famous personality by criticizing them. This is ruthless. This is never accepted in spirituality. That is the reason Jayanamoguna Sankirtana follows very strict ordeal from Samasta Guru Mandali. We have to write only mantra. Anywhere, any video which you see, no need of writing your personal observations. God is there, God will take care. Even if you are excited. One more thing, Shivana would like to put forth with the blessings of His Holiness Paramapuja Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja. In spirituality, there shouldn't be excitement. Excitement is not spirituality. Ecstasy is spirituality. So, look at that. So, Yogananda Maharaja says that to protect our self image, we try to create all this. So, however, the exquisiteness is very, very uh, painful because it brings instant liberation. It may be painful. The pain is sweet because instant liberation. The moment you stop defending a lie, you stop wasting energy. The moment we stop lying, the moment we stop falsifying ourselves, protecting the ego shields, try to protect falsely the self image. Just think the moment when we stop that, it is we are stopping wasting our energy. So Yogda Maharaja is telling that first You look at your flaws with total honesty. That is the exact moment where healing begins. Please relearn. Yogda Maharaja is telling. First, you look at your own flaws with total honesty. That is the exact moment where healing begins. So, in spirituality, someone was asking, what do you mean by spirituality? In simple definition, Shivanna, they asked. Taramata instructions. Shivanna prayed Mate and Babaji Maharaja and Appaji and Sri Ramakrishna Paramsa Maharaja. Mate, tell Shivanna what has to be said. Simple. Spirituality is not changing others. Spirituality is changing our own selves. Please make a note. Shivanna will feel happy. Please write. Spirituality is not changing others. Spirituality is changing our own selves. See, that is the honesty. So, when we, Yogda Maharaja also is extending the Satsanga to relearn from Autobiography of a Yogi that the pain is sweet because it brings instant liberation. So, we have seen that mud is getting settled in a glass, in a jar of water or a glass of water, mud is settling down. So now the purity is coming up. So when a seeker, Kriya Bhan, especially the Kriya Yoga practitioners, when we practice the specialized Kriya Pranayama, and especially that means every one of us know breathing up and down the spine, isn't it? So the energy calms the nervous system. The energy which is flowing from crown to Muladhara or down the spine, it will calm the, or it will help calming the nervous system. This deep stillness naturally forces hidden subconscious habits, fears, and psychological knots. In Sanskrit, we call it as Granthis, Granthi, Vishnu Granthi, Brahma Granthi, Rudra Granthi. You all know that. So, what happens when a seeker is practicing Kriya Pranayama? Slowly, the energy calms the nervous system. Number one. Number two, the when it is calming down, the deep stillness naturally forces hidden some subconscious habits, fears, guilt, psychological knots, granthis, to float to the surface of the mind, just like the muddy water which is getting settled. So we have to burn the seeds instead of just thinking about our flaws. Slowly, what happens? The increased spiritual energy at the point between the eyebrows, the spiritual eye acts like an internal furnace. So when we keep thinking, slowly mud has gone out. We have purified. That stillness will help us to burn the seeds, samskaras, mudra, we call it as impressions, which we are been carrying since ages, life after life. Those all will become habits. So slowly that stillness will go and touch the eyebrows, Kutastha Chaitanya, where Mate is on lion. This lion is controlling lion. Mate, Tara Mate, Tara Mate. She's controlling the lion. What is lion? Internal enemies. She is on a lion, stating that Taramata is stating, instructing disciples, I am controlling. If you behold, if you are with me, just think your internal enemies, the wild animals are in control. That is what Amma is telling. So, what happens? Slowly, it burns away the psychological seeds, samskaras of past bad habits. So, the practitioner doesn't just analyze the behavior, self behavior, actively transmute the heavy energy of anger, jealousy, pride into the light of soul joy. That is the highest order. So, while doing spiritual rituals, meditation, or dhyana, every time we should be very careful. The flow of energy from Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddha, this will circulate until we purify every day, every second. If a sadhaka is not with steadfast devotion, then every possible chance the chaitanya, the energy will fall down to the three chakras, Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura. Simple. What happens if the Kundalini Shakti is resting in down three planes? We will become worldly persons. So it has to come for some time to Anahata, to listen to Anahata Shabda, Om Nadha, and then Vishuddha. It is impossible to take that energy and put in eyebrows for more than 3 hours or 4 hours. If it continues, then samadhi state. Immediately, we will get that soulful joy. We'll commune with God. Oh, this is different satsanga. So, every time it will go up, it will remain for some time and fall down. Why falling down? That is important to Jainamaguna Sankirtana. Why falling down? Very simple. The more the worldly activities we are in, the more the dussanga, then automatically that is the basic nature of Mate, Kundalini Shakti. We have to be careful. How we have to be careful? Very simple. Spiritual rituals, everyday sadhana abhyasa. There should be only one single minded focused devotion. No extra thoughts. You keep five or six thoughts with you. Just only five or six. Thousands and thousands, you have to condense it to five or six or 10 or 15. Then repeatedly think only about those 10 or 15. Then 10, then 6, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. Now, please, Babaji Maharaja and Appaji Thakur Sri Ramakrishna Paramsa Maharaja is telling, if we are with the 15 to 25 thoughts, parallelly you run your focus on to the holy feet of your loving Guru, as if you are playing cricket with him. Yes, these all are the techniques. Playing cricket, you are serving food. No need to have a physical form. You give food to your Guru and then take a towel and clean like that all every time. So, this single minded thought will throw out all the 25 or 30, 40, 50, 100, thousands within no time. That has to be practiced for minimum 3.5 years, followed by 12 years. Then joy, God, only God. Oh, nice of it. Lot of time. Yeah, any doubts? Shivanna have no capacity to solve the doubts. But Guru Mandali may bless Shivanna because here sitting Shivanna? No. Shivanna is the only instrument, vehicle of Samasta Guru Mandali Jayanam Guna Sankirtana, and they have blessed to do service. Because body is there, we could do service. If body is not there, how do you do service? There are so many animals, so many pets we will see every day: cat, pussy cat, dog, monkey, lizards, cockroaches. They are also beings. Because we have body, we can do it. Unimaginable. Please relearn. Every day we have to feel happy that, oh my God, I am blessed to take this body and I am for you. We are for you. Like that, every day we have to show our surrenderance to God. Oh, Dattanugraha. So tomorrow, please write, O Taramate, O Taramate, please bless us with pure devotion. O Taramate, like that. With love, you have to write, O Taramate, please bless all of us with pure devotion. O Taramate, please bless all of us with pure devotion. O Taramate, please bless all of us with pure devotion. Oh, our disciples have gone to level next. They are writing, Oh Taramate, please bless you with pure devotion. Oh, they have already acquired pure devotion. Dattanugraha. Oh Taramate, please bless all of us. Oh, our Jainamuguna Sankirtana disciples are level next. Good, good. So every day we have to pray God to have satsanga and talk about God. You don't know. Of course, you know that. That is the reason you are coming. I think 10, 15 people are there. You know the worth of taking this body. You know the importance of talking for God, talking about God. Of course, it is a bold initiative. No one can describe God. No one can describe Guru. But Jayanamaguna Sankirtana has taken a bold initiative to put it across and do satsanga. Oh, God bless all of us because of time. Taramoto ki jai. Taramoto ki jai. Anaga Datta Maharaj ki jai. Anaga Datta Maharaj ki jai. Jaya Nama Guna Sankirtana ki jai. समस्त गुरुमंडली की जय. जया नाम गुण संकीर्तन की जय. जया नाम गुण संकीर्तन की जय.